Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Match review for the Manchester United Real Betis game. 4-1 win, exactly what we needed. Lovely win. I'm just going to go through the game, my thoughts on the game, but also I'm going to chuck in a player ratings at the end of this video, so look out for that. But first of all, big props to the team. They did really well to bounce back, from the Liverpool humiliation as it was. But yeah, you have to give them props because it can't be easy. The pressure must have been on their necks, but they responded straight away. Rashford, 6 minutes in, straight boom, goal. No time wasting. And it was nice to see, really, to be honest. And generally, first half we played well. I think I don't really like going in on him about this, and I'm not going to go in too much. But I do agree now. Well, I've always have, to be fair, but I do agree that the hair, we need to change the hair. Now, the reason I don't like going in on him is because everybody's complaining, right? Everybody's saying, oh, the hair needs to go. But who are you going to bring in right now? Jack Butland? Tom Heaton? No, we're not going to change him right now, right? So there's no point, all this narrative going on about him. However, and generally he has been good this season. However, this game, he really highlighted further why we do need a new goalkeeper in the summer. Or at least to bring a new goalkeeper in that has better distribution, and then kind of work on phasing the hair out and being a backup keeper rather than our first choice keeper. Because it's not easy being a United keeper. So, and De Gea has managed that, he's shouldered that all these years and even this season. So, it's careful what you wish for kind of thing. But yes, his distribution today, especially in that first half, was shocking. Overall, though, we played really well, I think, in the first half. Quick, like I said, quick response straight away, settled the nerves. Unlucky really not to get another couple goals in that first half. Anthony on the left hand side, actually, in the first few minutes, or maybe first 10-15 minutes, was lovely. And then obviously we were unlucky with the equaliser. I think that was a handball personally, but whatever. And the second half, I think Ten Hag really showed exactly what I've said many times already. He knows how to make a substitution, and he does. He makes the right choices. Taking off Dalot, right, at halftime, bringing on Wan-Bissaka, changed the game. Wan-Bissaka was unreal. He basically played as an extra midfielder, extra winger. He was just excellent. He offered more to the team. Now, that you could say that also, we brought Bruno, went more centrally. That could have played a lot into the team's better second half performance. But I think Wan-Bissaka has to be given a lot of props. And to be honest, right this instance, in this moment, Wan-Bissaka should be the starting right back. And yeah, he made a really big difference. And then obviously we got that second goal through Anthony. And we complain that Anthony only has a left foot, but boy, when he does his one trick pony, one trick with that left foot, it works. When it works, it's amazing. So you can't complain when it's that good. And I think also I want to single out Bruno Fernandes because he got so much stick this week, and I do not understand. We can't understand it. I'm not Jamaican, please. But I can't understand. Like, I don't understand why everybody played bad against Liverpool. But for some reason, we picked on Bruno across socials just because there was one clip of him trying to tackle a player when we were already 6-0 down or 5-0 down. And he didn't run back, and then they scored their 6th goal or 7th goal, whatever it was from that. Or I think it was the 6th goal. Come on. He responded very well today. Very pleased with that. It was sublime. Even before he went before the second half, when he went into the centre of the park and he controlled the game a lot more, he was just excellent. I think, and he got better in the second half. I think, to be honest, he was probably my man of the match. Actually, looking back, I'll consider it again when I do the play ratings in a minute. But I think I would probably give him man of the match, and that might be just because I feel like he got unnecessarily targeted. So I'm trying to kind of big him up a little bit. But I think I'll probably give him man of the match. And Pellistri, I want to also mention Pellistri. When he came on as well, Pellistri is active, he's aggressive, he's direct, and I love it. You just knew as soon as he came on that, okay, Pellistri's on now, we're going to get another goal, and lo and behold, immediately, he dashes off on the right-hand side, swings the ball into the box, we get a McTominay shot, deflected, or keeper saves it. Workhorse gets his he's not his first goal, but it kind of feels like his first goal. It's his first Old Trafford goal, right? And he basically started crying. He was so happy with that goal. And obviously we're also happy for him, but it was great to see. So let's do some player ratings. Let me first of all actually give you my player ratings rules or parameters, right? 1 obviously dreadful, 10 excellent. And I think for me, I'm going to find it very hard to give 10s unless we're facing a really big team and we've absolutely destroyed them or really done really well or played out of their skins. 5 average, 6 above average. So 6 isn't average, 5 is average. You've done well. You played, as average as expected, and then etc. etc. So starting with De Gea, I would have to give him below average, so a 4. And the reason being, first off, he was dreadful, man. Like, the distribution was poor, like I already said. It was absolutely shocking. I was not impressed in the slightest. We could have conceded 2 goals just from his distribution. Less said of that, the better. Let's leave it there. Poor. Second half, he didn't really have any chances, anything to do really, and he didn't make any more mistakes, thankfully. But 4. Dalot. Now, Dalot first half wasn't bad. I couldn't really point out anything that he did that was bad, but just to contrast him with Wan-Bissaka, which I'll give him his rating later on, but I think I'd have to say that Wan-Bissaka showed us what Dalot wasn't giving us in that first half. Like I said, I won't say it was bad, so I'll just give him like a 5. But Wan-Bissaka was definitely better. We'll get that in a minute. Varane, class as always. As I said on one of my fan cams on United View, Varane is just the ghost. He just does things without even us realizing. He just cleans up, and it's a shame that we didn't really get to see that against. Like I said, I'll stop talking about it. But Liverpool, he just cleans up, and he did really, really well. Again, I'll give him probably a 7. Martinez, same again, 7. He was solid. In fact, I'll give him a 7 because I was just thinking, there was times when he was in a tight area, had 3 players around him, spun, passed the ball, spun again in the middle of the park, playing midfield, spun, he's so press resistant. So yeah, 7. But I don't want to get carried away because at the end of the day, this is Real Betis. It's not like we're facing Man City or Liverpool. But yeah, I think I'd give him a solid 7. 2 centre backs, give them 7s. Then we had Shaw on the left. Now, Shaw got an assist actually, didn't he, for the Bruno goal? I think I'll give him a 7 as well. I think you can see I'm keeping the ratings a bit low today because maybe it's a tie over, hangover from the Liverpool game. Who knows? But let's stop talking about Liverpool. But yeah, I think I'll give him a 7 as well. Let's keep that moving. Then we've got Casemiro. Oh, beautiful game from him today. I'll probably give him a 7 as well. 7s all around, to be honest. Fred. Now, Frederick, how did he play? I think we're missing Eriksen. I think we see how, Fred does the job when in certain games, maybe the games where we have less of the ball, we need to, cause problems in that middle of the park and really Harry Maguire. But Fred isn't an Eriksen. He's not a Sabitzer even, to be honest. He's not really helping us in terms of progressing the attack, although he has scored a couple of goals this season, or more than a couple of goals this season. Anyway, Fred, I'll give him a 6. Slightly above average, but not great, really, overall. Moving on to Anthony. Now, like I said, first half, Anthony was on the left-hand side for a little bit, and he looked great because he could actually use his left foot to cross the ball in. But then obviously went back to his normal right-hand side for most of the rest of the game. And to be honest, I would give him... He got a goal, he got a really good goal. I'd give him a 7 as well. It seems like I'm just giving 7s all around here. But I'll give him a 7 anyway. Bruno. Now, yes, Bruno is my man of the match. And cool, by Bruno standards, this wasn't like a 10 or whatever. Like I said, it's very hard, for me to give a 10 unless, we're in a cup final or winning the cup or we're facing, top team. And, like the Barcelona game, if I'd done ratings, I probably would have given maybe a couple 10s. But today for Bruno, I'll give him a solid 8. And if he's my man of the match and I'm going 8, then that just shows that, the 7s weren't bad. They played well. But Bruno was just sublime today. He was a touch above the rest. And I think for me, man of the match. Then going on to Rashford, who played well, started us off really well, and we needed that because you can imagine if we'd been 20-30 minutes in and we hadn't scored a goal, it would have been tight. It would have been nervous in the stadium. Maybe people would have been a bit like, "Ooh, do we still have a bit of a hangover from the Liverpool game?" Stop talking about Liverpool. But no, I think he's started us really well, and once again, 7, number 7. 7. Yeah, give him a 7. And then Weghorst, now he could have had, actually going back to Anthony and Weghorst, could have had a hat-trick between them. You know, they missed so many chances. But then Weghorst finally got his goal. You know, he was so happy. He cried on the pitch because he was so happy. I'll give him a 7 as well. Like, you know, 7's all around. Everybody gets a 7. Let's go on to the substitutions. Now, Wan-Bissaka, right, was the first substitution on straight after halftime. For me, he also gets an 8. Him and Bruno were the best. Like, okay, cool. He only played a half, and maybe I'm being a bit overboard, but honestly, he changed the game. He did so well, in my opinion. And then we had Malacia and I think McTominay came on together. No, Malacia and Sancho came on together, and McTominay came on later on for Fred. Malacia and Sancho, I think I'd just give him average 5s. They didn't really get into the game much. Sancho, yeah, average 5. He had a few chances, had a few good touches. Malacia, you know, did all right, but nothing. Didn't really need to get into the game. McTominay, once again, had one shot. Didn't really need to get into the game. Didn't really get into the game. So 5 again. And then Pellistri, I'll give him a 6 because he came on and he was direct. Made that Weghorst goal. I think was it Weghorst goal? Yes, he made a Weghorst goal. Excellent play. But anyway, yes, 6 for Pellistri. So that's my match review. You know, it's just good to see that the team could bounce back from the Liverpool loss. Going into the next game now, we need to continue on this momentum. You know, forget what happened last time. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep pushing forward, and you know, let's win more trophies. The Europa League is there for the taking. FA Cup is there for the taking, and hopefully we'll basically secure top 4. So yeah, let's keep moving. Thank you for watching as always, and like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and see you on the next one.